This is your girl Taliana Sanchez from La Bella Vida Inc. Welcome to our podcast, Tattoo Nightmare, episode 11. And for today's episode, we have Puny. She is a tattoo artist and a business owner who will be sharing their worst tattoo nightmares with us. So please welcome her, Puny.
Hello everyone. Hello. I'm here. I'm with Dalia. Thank you so much for sharing your space. So I go by Puny in the tattoo industry. My name is Shar. You can call me whatever you want. But yeah, like she said, I'm a mom. I'm a tattoo artist, tattoo business owner.
Damn.
I know. I was like, I know.
The list goes on and on.
The list goes on. Doggy mommy, and cat mommy, and
you have a whole zoo.
Yeah, well, I have a fish now. I just got a fish.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so a little about me is I own the first all-female tattoo shop in the Valley.
Oh wow.
It's called Queens of Needles Tattoo. So if you haven't been there, go and check us out.
Yes, I have been there. It's really cute.
Yes.
And I saw that you guys extended it and stuff.
Yes.
Like, mad props to you. Like, I know stuff like that isn't easy and stuff. It's a lot of work. You make it look easy, but I'm pretty sure
months for sure. Yeah, months.
Like, you have to get like the permits, everything, and
a lot of things,
paperwork. I don't think people see that. They think,
No.
oh, just break a wall.
Yeah,
it's like
I wish it was.
I know. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it.
You know what though? What I did do is, me and my husband were the ones who did break some of the, because they had like rooms.
Oh yes.
We did break down the walls, and I was like, this is a way to get my anger out.
You know what? That's so true. It's so true. Release all that.
I did. I had like a thing. I was just like sledgehammering the walls.
Today's the day.
Yeah, it was perfect. I've never done anything like that. And you have to pay something like that, like a rage.
Rage, yeah. Yep. I've been wanting to do that too.
Like,
also,
look, this is
You're
free.
like, I gotta pick it up after.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
Damn.
nice. But it was a lot of hard work, like you said.
Yes, it's a lot of hard work, you guys. When it comes to anything like investing or just expanding and stuff, especially you as a woman, like, you're like Wonder Woman doing so many
Thank
things.
You.
And now you're gonna share your trauma with us, your nightmare, your Freddy Krueger, Elm Street,
God. Jason,
Jason versus Freddy over here.
Oh my God, it was like Jason versus times 10 Freddy.
So, take us to your nightmare, or walk us to your nightmare, where you're like, okay, you know what? I gotta make some changes. I gotta fight Freddy right now with Jason. Let me take out my chainsaw. Let me take out my machete. Tell us.
It all started.
No, it all started. It was one spooky
with my mom.
Met my dad.
And they gave birth to me. So, well, one of the biggest things that I like it's a current nightmare because it's still like I'm currently still going through it because I got in business with this guy that I had to kick out of the partnership, right? Yeah. So I was in business with this dude, not knowing the stuff that he was doing behind my back, with clients, with some of the girls that we were even working with, so like, as a woman, as a business owner, your one thing that you think of is like the safety of your workers, the safety of like, the environment that you're putting and housing for these clients. So that was like my one thing that I didn't want to happen, and it happened. So it is a nightmare. It was the craziest thing I can think of. Still till this day, like. So this happened about 2 years ago, or probably a year ago. And this year, a couple of months ago, like, there was a client that came in and that was like, oh yeah, like so-and-so is still doing that. I had to like run away from finishing her tattoo. She was like, she felt uncomfortable and like she just literally walked out and like didn't continue like paying her tattoo. I was like, do you pay at that point? Like, he did half the job. But he was a little, POS, so I don't know, like.
No, you know what? I'm glad that you're talking about this because I know it's hard to even speak about this because at the end of the day, like, you're not trying to, like, bash on anybody or anything, but it's more of, like, protecting your babies,
Yeah.
Especially when you hear somebody coming into your shop being vulnerable with you and knowing that you're in business with somebody like that, it also represents you. And that is like you're associated with that, and people think, are they in it as well?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
no,
So
hell no. Like,
that definitely mixes in with business and trust, and just knowing that somebody, you know, is capable of doing that, because that's more of an old school thing to do. And knowing that now it's still a thing.
Doing, yeah.
Because I have had also people who've told me of different shops saying, or different artists in different shops, you know, that have done similar things to them, like, you know, that, you know, they wanted something more, and they mix work with pleasure, and the person who is getting tattooed paid it off, and they don't know if they should go back, or but they don't feel comfortable, but they already paid. They're like in this like,
there's like no tattoo police.
Yeah,
like
exactly. There's no tattoo.
Who do we go to?
So then you automatically think like, is the whole shop like that? Or is everybody in that location like that? So I totally understand like your point of view of like you started finding this out, that you had to start
to separate myself, because I was like, look, my values are different from you. Like like my moral compass is going off, and it's like, no, we have to separate. We have to like kind of go our own way. I like, you know, you're still cool. You're doing you. I'm just not gonna be there for whatever you're doing, because I'm not gonna be a part of that.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, you could tell them you're a piece of shit, you're doing this, you're doing that, but if they don't think they're doing something wrong, they're never going to change, and the best thing is for you to protect your peace.
Exactly. You kind of have to, like, they have to own up and, like, be accountable for the things that they're doing. So I guess in a way, it was like me, like, putting a mirror in his face, like, look what you're doing. You're doing these people dirty, especially women, and on top of that, women that you work with or work under for you. You know, so it's like, I hope it did something, and he did see some stuff that he's doing wrong, but, you know, I don't know. Like, the best I could do was, hey, shame. You're doing anything.
Like, and separate yourself and just let other people, women know, like, hey, I'm creating a safe space if you want to come in. No. Is that one of the biggest reasons you decided to do, like, an all-girl kind of, like...
Yeah, you know, because there was always a stigma of, like, you know, like, tattoo shops in general are, like, already kind of... what's the word? Intimidating.
Yes.
And so for an all-female shop to kind of blossom out in the valley, like, I think it's like a big deal, because we're trying to be a movement of like safe space, and like we see you, you know, we see you, we want to make art with you, we want to create with you, and we want to also like not entice, but like invite other tattoo artists to be like, look, man, like, let's just get along together and like stop this catty BS, you know. Like, are you allowed to cuss out?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do it all the time.
Yeah, you know, like stop this catty, stop this petty shit. Like, you know, if there's no love lost, like, if you somehow like don't get along, we don't get along, but we can work together. Yeah. If you want to strive 100%. For something good, like, you know, I can show you some stuff that I know, and you can tell me stuff that you know, you know. Like, it's just about community, and like people don't get that, and they don't see it yet, but you will see it soon. Like, soon enough.
100%. 100%. You know what was one of the stories that that you realized, like, okay, I gotta cut partnership with this person, like, that was like your like turning point?
The moment that I found out about it, really, because it was like one day at the shop, you know, regular shop day. Like, most of the day there's always somebody like, oh yeah, I went to the shop, and so
you hear the tea with everybody, with the clients.
It's the same thing, right? So it's always usually like a man, like, oh, I can't believe he like did that to me. Like, I'm like, oh, it's just a regular day, and then like come to find out the next day they were like, no, that was him, and I was like, what? Yeah, like, you hear the client talking shit about like the artist, like she was feeling uncomfortable, or like she was just like, yeah, he was sending me like inappropriate messages and like unwanted stuff on the DMs, and I was like, just a regular day. I was like, you know what, this is the best thing I can, you know, like the best things that we always tell them, like, you know, just report it, just, you know, this and that, like, stay away from it, don't come back, whatever, you know, we'll host you, we'll like cover it up for free, whatever. And so I didn't think anything of it. I was like, it's just,
because you hear it all the time,
you know. So I was just like, when I heard that it was like the partner, I was like, oh damn,
and you're
like how many more others, like, you know, because like the girl that told me, she was like, yeah, so we've heard that it wasn't just her, it was multiple others. And I was like, oh crap. I was like,
the whole, what is it called,
when you open a can of worms.
Yeah. It just started like
spilling. Yeah, I was overwhelmed. I was I don't know what I was in the middle of doing. Like, it was a lot of stuff that I was dealing with already, and then that happened, and I was
because you're a mom.
Yeah,
you have
dude,
a
like,
whole zoo in the house.
I think I was like,
and you have another zoo at the shop.
I was like, I just acquired like a cat or something, and I was like getting like neutering her or space,
yeah,
and like all that just started happening. I was like, oh my god,
you kind of numb yourself because you're like, no way,
dude. I didn't know what to do. I was just like I trusted this dude with like everything, like I let him into my space, I let you meet my daughters. What?
Yeah.
Like,
you know what? When you start looking
I'm
back
not
at
down,
things like that,
like,
yeah, you're like, damn, if you're so easily like this, it just shocks you because you're like, why didn't I see this before? Kind of thing.
You know what it is because like I probably trust people in like a different level. Like I trust people like, oh yeah, come, if you're cool, like,
because it's something that you wouldn't do.
Yeah,
to others,
exactly. That whole thing that we talked about. Like I wouldn't do don't do unto others what you wouldn't want others to do unto you. And so I've always been so giving and so inviting because I want people to do the same and reciprocate. But not everybody's like that.
Yes.
I've been now learning.
Yeah. And you know what? That's the part of your journey and your nightmare is like dealing with this. Like not everybody has the same energy or thought process as you do, and not everybody's going to reciprocate that same energy you put out. And that's going to help you also learn, or is teaching you going through these nightmares, dealing with these people and realizing, oh, not everybody has the same heart as me, not everybody has the same mindset as me and the same goal as me, especially as another owner to another
the universe
owner.
Really have to like give us like a lesson that like deep, like for us to learn, like.
But you know what, I used to be the same way. I used to be very welcoming, very like, not that I'm not welcoming anymore, but now I'm more reserved where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give my energy but not be like welcome everybody. I'm gonna be like
to a select few.
Yes, like I'm welcoming, but I'm not gonna welcome you to every single person into my life, or into my space and stuff. Like I'll be nice to you even if I hear something horrible or whatever of another person or stuff, or they've done things in the past. I'll treat you nice with respect. But now I have a boundary where it's like, that doesn't mean we're gonna be best friends. That doesn't mean I'm gonna invite you to my family things or no. Like
you're not invited to the.
You're not invited to the wedding.
No, I was gonna say the barbecue.
The barbecue. Oh yeah,
the cookout.
The cookout. Yeah, because I used to be the same thing, and that got me into trouble. And I got through some nightmares where you're too friendly with people, and they think otherwise. Yeah. And they're like, oh, you want this? Well, you were doing this to me, and it's like I was just being nice.
Yeah,
I was just being welcoming.
Like I was just being.
But I realized, how I'm coming off is I should change a little bit, but not change myself. I had to reevaluate my actions and what was coming out, so I won't go through those situations again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what you'll learn as you keep meeting people and stuff like that. Like you could love them from afar.
Yeah, like
you could welcome them from afar
to Mars. Like,
exactly.
From Mars.
Yeah, some people are like super long distance.
Yeah,
but
it's cool.
Yeah,
like I said
peace.
though, no love lost. Just I'm gonna do me. Like, I'm gonna keep watering me and the people that is around me, that's in my circle, that believes in me. So
you have to keep your circle safe and protected.
Yeah, man, it's all about lately. Like, because like we have so many acquaintances, but like hardly people are like friends, and like if I call you the homie, you're the homie. Yeah. You're like you see me through it. Aww. Like you see me cry, you're the homie.
Aww,
like
so cute.
Yeah.
You're my homie.
You're my homie. You see me cry. And you're like, oh, it's like a little trophy. You're the homie.
And I'm pretty sure like you going into business with this person, like you did have some trust. You did have some respect.
A lot of trust.
So that kind of broke you a little bit, huh? Knowing like you kind of put them in this pedestal and everything, and that kind of shattered a lot of where you had to put yourself in the pedestal and be like, you know what, now it's my turn. I have to become this boss. I have to have this thing going to protect my ladies and stuff, or going away from them to protect your ladies and your space and yourself.
Yeah, it was tough. Like I feel like I had to mentally like reorganize myself.
Yeah.
Like kind of like, you know, when your vision's kind of a blur and you kind of have to like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
flicker
Like
your
you're
eyes for a
barely
minute.
waking up.
Yeah, you're barely woken up, and like I had to literally refocus and reshift myself because I'm like, who the hell was I trusting all that time?
Yeah.
I don't know who that person was.
Yes.
Like now I don't, because
Yeah.
that wasn't the same person.
Yeah.
But guess what though? Like I feel like for everybody that I meet and like continue to like try to befriend or be a homie or whatever, like I'll try to like do my best to still be me, but like I would have to refocus and reshift my eyes for certain people that like, hey, I'm catching you.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Like, oh, what did you say about me?
Your mom. That's
Tu madre.
No, I 100% agree with you. I've been through certain situations like that as well, where you know you trust people because they're older, they're guiding you and everything, and sometimes you don't have the best guide, and you realize it through situations like this, and it hurts. It hurts you, and it hurts that you have to break up the bond.
It felt like a breakup.
Yeah, no,
like,
I 100% agree, because you're like, you're not good for me. Like, this isn't good for us. Like, we gotta like, you know, just separate.
It really did feel like a breakup.
Yeah.
Because that was hurt more than anything.
Yeah, because you trusted
it wasn't
the person.
even like, maybe because we're like, our us as females, like we have that feminine touch where it's like, damn, you hurt me, like very nurturing. Like I poured myself into you, and like, what happened? You know, we trusted you, and it's like,
the trust hurt. When the trust is broken, it's so hard.
Is that a song, Thalia?
Yeah. It's so hard.
She starts singing. Okay, Whitney.
But I love that you're talking about this, because not a lot of people are willing to talk about their nightmares and like separating. They just talk about their triumphs, like what they've done amazing, their rewards and stuff. But honestly, I feel like we need to put more spotlight on like these nightmares that have really shaped us and breaked us and made us rebuild and refocus and realign ourselves to something else.
There you go. That's the word, realign.
Even though if we have to start all over from zero, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's actually the best thing to do. In the moment, you might see like, damn, everything's breaking away. What our goals were different. But sometimes having that tower like broken and everything, like you rebuild again a newer version of yourself, and a better version, because now you know more and you know better than before. And it's like realigns you to a whole different lane away from that.
You know what, I've been learning a lot of lessons. I think this whole like life journey, this whole thing is like, even like as a tattoo artist, right, like we have to learn from our last tattoo, make it better. It's like life, like you have to learn from your last relationship or last like occurrence of whatever happened to you, and just be better, or like the past job that you were like fired at or whatever, you know, like learn from that. How can I be better at my new job or whatever, you know,
or trying a new position, or maybe you know the people weren't so great, I need a location, whatever it is,
that too, like you can't always like be you know, the one that's accountable for everything. Like you have, I always do this though, I don't know if you do this, because like maybe it's like a me thing, or like I grew up this way. I always like question myself first, like, oh, did I do that? Did I fuck up so bad that somebody did that to me?
Oh,
you know, like
okay.
Like I will be like, wait, was that me? Did I do that? Like I first will
did
look
I
into
do something wrong?
Yeah, like I first will look into me, and then I'll be like, wait, but they did this.
Gotcha.
You know, and then I'll have my village, my friends, and like people around me that I can count on. Like, hey, what happened? Like, can you tell me? Like, was it me? Like, be a friend. Like, tell me if it was me. Like, tell me if I was wrong.
Did I say something?
Yeah, like or something. Yeah.
Did I not know something?
So like in certain situations, in those moments, and when that happened, I was like, well, shit. Was that me that I didn't see all the signs and the red flags?
Yeah.
I had to blame myself first, and I was like,
because you felt a little guilty. Of like, damn, man.
And I feel like the victims, I wanna say they're victims. I don't know why I did air quotes.
You're good. It's just like a response.
Sorry. So the victims of this person, I'm sure at the time they don't report them or whatever, right? Whatever happened, like they also feel like, did I come on to him, or did I do something to make him seem like I was interested?
Yeah. 100%.
You know, so I'm sure they feel that way too, and so they don't say nothing, they don't do nothing. Like, but at the end of the day, dude, you were being treated as with no
piece of meat.
respect, as a piece of meat. There you go, as a piece of meat. I didn't want to say that. I don't know.
It's okay.
Is that like
a piece of raw meat? A
yeah,
steak.
you know, like us as females, like we're goddesses. We
Yeah.
should be treated as such. But this people, I guess, that have that same mindset, like think of some women as
Like, oh, I could have you
Yeah.
Thursday. I could have the other one on Wednesday.
Yeah, and so like I think for us as women, like we need to stand up for that and like think of us as goddesses and not just like, well, that was me. I gotta stop thinking that way because, well, we gotta stop thinking that way because we have to hold those people accountable of how they did us.
No, yeah.
You know, it's not always us.
Yeah. You know what? That's where I was talking about where I was being too friendly. I didn't realize like when I was being a little too friendly, and I don't mean like flirting or anything. I was just being nice.
Yeah.
I was being super nice, and there was a point where I was like, oh my god, am I the problem? Am I being too open? Like, what am I showing that I'm okay with them to trying to even be around me or thinking I'm.
Were they trying to get at you?
Yeah. You know, and stuff like that. Even with having a boyfriend.
Because you're
no, but like this is when I was like younger, like
21,
22, 23, like, and I was still young in the tattoo industry, and I was just a super welcoming person. I was never a flirty. I was just like, how can I cater to you? How can I help you out?
Yeah.
And stuff, and because you want to build a family within the tattoo industry
like a
and your coworkers,
you know,
you're like, hey, let's go to eat. Like, hey, like, do you need this? Oh, I brought you guys some snacks. Simple stuff like that. Just hostly, like a host kind of like, you know, because I would always welcome my clients exactly like that, you know, because if I created a safe space around me, like I would notice that they would love it, and that's what they like being around me.
I mean, I would love it.
Yeah,
Give
like
me
you're
some
like,
cookies.
hey, do you want water? Do you want this? And people took it the wrong way. That I realized, okay, I can't do this to everybody. I have to put boundaries up and notice how this person's reacting, you know, and how they're saying or what they're coming, if they're getting too close to me or how they're reacting, and I'm like, whoa, you know. And I didn't know how to say no back in the day because
I still don't know how to say no.
You're young and nobody teaches you this. I didn't have boundaries. I thought it was normal.
No, I don't know
because
what it
you
is
want to be
about
cool
that.
with
your
people in the industry,
I guess that's
you know, especially at the shop. You try to be nice to everybody so nobody can have like bad blood with each other, because when there's tensions, your clients feel it. And that was my thing, where it's like I don't want my clients to feel any tension and stuff. So when I would have to go through those situations, I would like suck it up. I would be like, no. But I've learned after I've learned my lessons of like, I can't deal with this, and I had to leave, and I had to set boundaries. I had to tell the owner all this stuff in different shops. Like, that showed me that, okay, I'm not the problem. There's just some people who take your kindness to something else. But I also learned that I have to be very cautious on who I give my kindness to. Yeah. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be disrespectful, but I'm just not going to be like catering or being like, hey, do you want this? Exactly. I needed to learn my
boundaries are hard. I don't know how some people will do that.
Like, honestly, I've learned to say no more, and that has been the best gift ever.
I still can't say no. Like,
I know, and that's something you'll learn.
Yes.
No.
And
it's something, you know, you'll start learning more and more as you go in the tattoo industry, dealing with more people, like, you know, like your nightmare that you went through with Jason, Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
But we also, as women, I would say, are very nurturing naturally, and that's what it's our thing, where
I can fix him.
Yeah. And we also are like, no, they didn't mean it that way, or no, like they probably thought something else, or, you know, we make so many excuses for people that I think this is an overall thing with both men and women. We have to see people as who they are, not as like their potential. Especially with women, we tend to see their potential.
What's that saying? When you once you see who they are in, like, when shit gets, you know, when shit cracks, they'll show you who their true colors are, and you gotta believe them. Who they are.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta believe them. And I'm like, oh no, but what about if, you know, they change?
And when I was young, I was naive like that. I was like, no, I think that comment wasn't sexually, or no, I think they're just being nice back to me. But then as I grew up, I realized they wanted more, and that's why I would get stuck in these situations where I didn't know how to get out of.
That's annoying.
Until I was like, no, I had enough. And I would even cover up and everything. But as I grew up, I'm like, no, I love being a woman. I love taking care of myself, you know, and all that stuff. So I went back into it. But some people go through those phases when they deal with, not all men, but just
Some
unprofessional men that work in any industry, because not just in tattooing, like there's other people in different industries. But I also met women who, are down for it, and they go for the guy and they try to grope him, and the guy feels uncomfortable, and they're like, damn, I got a wife back home, how do I say no to her? And sometimes it's hard for them because they don't want to come off rude.
I wonder though, like, how this happens in women. Like, I don't know, like, what kind of shit twisted fucking mind do you have? Like,
I would say sometimes it's just like men, like some people in general, when they go through it, they want a distraction, or they need attention, or they don't get attention from wherever they're at, so they're trying to get it from the opposite sex, whatever. I don't know. It's
crazy because you're hella vulnerable while you're in the chair or on the bed, getting a tattoo. You're hella vulnerable. There's like, you're not strapped down, but you're like, you're literally giving your body to this person, and this person just wants to go and take advantage of you.
Like,
what the fuck?
You know what? That's so true what you say, like, or how you put it out there, because it's like, how do you tell them to stop?
I don't know. I wouldn't even know. Would you know how would?
Well, now I know.
Now
when I was young, I had people try to grope me while I was tattooing them, and I had to tell them, like, can you stop? And I'll still tattoo them. And it was those things where, like, now I'm just like, I'm gonna stop right now, and I need you to leave respectfully, like, and I had to learn to do that. Like, respectfully, not respectfully, like,
respectfully, get the fuck out of my chair.
Or I would message and say, like, I'm never gonna tattoo you, like, the way you try to kiss me, or like try to hug me and press me. It's just uncomfortable, and like then they play like the, oh, I got a girlfriend, I would never do that. I'm like, what you did to me, what made me feel uncomfortable. And just, we're gonna end it like that, but,
there is things that, like, I'm sure male clients have, like, try to do, like, with women tattoo artists a lot, and like, what, like, I guess for us, like, we're just like, well, we're kind of servicing you. We do still have the right to say no, but it's like, fuck, I'm losing my money.
You know what,
pay me and then go.
Right. You know what, I think in the past, when I was young, I was all about pleasing the client, making sure they, like, walked out happy and everything, and I didn't even think about myself.
As we should, I feel like, right?
But now I'm like, okay, this is a teamwork. This is a team
I like
effort.
that. I like that.
We both have to work together in order for this to be really great, If not, like, it's not gonna work out. And let's just go away. And for me now, I don't look at people. Well, I never really looked at people like money, but I looked at them like, I'm giving you my time and my space and my energy. Like, if you don't respect that, I don't want it no more. Like, it's I respect my peace more now than their money, in a sense.
It's like time. Money. Your money ain't shit now, because guess what? Like, I now have this trauma. I wish there was just, like, a tattoo police, or, like, somebody who could, like, let us, like HR or something. HR. Well, I am HR. Well, damn, like, it's so hard. Like, somebody we can, like, go to and, like, hold these people accountable.
Yes.
And the reason why, like, I mainly focused on, like, the shop and, like, its growth was to have the safety for other females, other, like, queer, or, I guess for men too. Like, it should be a safe space for everybody, because the tattoo shops that we were, like, originally, like, was invited to back in the days was intimidating, scary. Like, it's just grown men just, like, ramming their machines at you, and it's, like, scary. Even the sound of it is scary. Like, the coils. But I mean, like, I love the sound of that. It's just, it does feel a little scary at the time, like, for people, men or women, whoever it is, to walk in a tattoo shop like that. So I was like, let's change it up. Let's make it like a more calm, nurturing, safe space for everybody. So it's like we can all thrive from here and be comfortable in here. So that's part of the reason why, like, one of the biggest reasons why I opened up an all-female tattoo shop. And also, like, just be with a bunch of sisters that you work with. Like, hey, girl, what's the tea for today? What's up? What's your man doing to you?
Oh, I love your hair.
Yeah, I love your dress. Where'd you get that?
Yes.
It's always that, and I love the the female gossip and tease and like,
oh,
you know, and
we
like
know how to cheese man.
Yeah, man. Like, it's like, what we got today? Who do we got? Like, you know, it's
Did
like,
you hear what my client said?
oh my God. It's like, did you hear she gets some 50% off on like Shein or whatever?
Oh,
like,
yes,
it's like,
yes.
oh shit, I gotta get on that. Yeah,
so
it's all good.
You know, I'm so happy that you're able to speak about this and also let us know about your journey and your nightmares that you went through. Mm-hmm. Is there another nightmare that you want to talk about, you know, fighting Micheal Myers or the clown?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I was fighting something, but damn, like, this is another case, right? Like, I was fighting the smell of this person's body odor.
Oh, my God. You know, that is a big one. We don't talk about
it. You know what? Hey, you know, I never put this in my policy until I had to put it in my policy that you had to shower.
You know,
it's supposed to be like a common courtesy. Yeah, like a common sense, common courtesy thing. Like, shower before you leave anywhere.
Yes. It's crazy because common sense is actually not really common. You know, and that's the crazy part. You know, because
I was fighting off their BO.
Tell me from the beginning, since you took a shower.
Since I took a shower, they did it. Well, you know what? It was funny because it wasn't
even. Did they walk
even
in and you smell it right away?
No, or? Like they look composed. I think it was like the anxiety or the sweats. Yeah,
they probably forgot BO and stuff.
Like, yeah, I don't know, but like what? Because it was in the. It was in the.
So they're.
What is this body part? Jesus
A
Christ.
few moments later.
Oh my God, the ribs. Yeah. I'll say the side.
The baby back.
Yeah, so the ribs, it was on his ribs, and like, you know, he had to stretch his arm, and I was like, yo, is that me? Because you want to.
A little quick.
No. I did it so smooth, girl. I was like.
Let me grab. I've done that before.
You gotta just grab a little sniff, and then I was like, yeah, nope, that was not me. Definitely was not me. And then as I lean in closer after I put the stencil in, and I was actually gonna go at it, I was like, and like at this point, this was before COVID. This was a long time ago, before COVID, right? And I was like, damn, I can't put a mask on or nothing. I was like,
damn,
did I put a bandana on? Like, it's so obvious.
I'm gonna go restroom really quick and come back.
Yeah,
It's like,
I don't know, dude. I didn't know how to like kind of tell him too, so I was just like, what do I do? Like, damn. I had to fight it off, bro. I had to sit there.
Suck it up.
I sucked it up. I was breathing in my mouth.
Was it a big piece too?
No, it was just like, writing.
Writing?
Writing.
Okay, you're like,
I know.
One more letter.
I know.
E-O-M.
I was like,
breathing with your mouth.
I had to stop breathing from my nose. I was like, just from the mouth. I was like, oh my God,
Does
I can
freak
taste
you out?
it.
Yeah. Sometimes when I have to do that, I'm like, I'm tasting it in. I'm putting it inside it.
So gross. But you know what? Like, I
Did you tell them anything after or no?
Do we say anything after?
Well, I've heard other people, other tattoo
Is it
artists.
rude to like say something like?
Well,
you know,
I think that's a good question. Like, how would you tell somebody, hey, can you put BO? You know, because I have seen other artists. They're obviously a little unprofessional. They'll be
spray
like,
some Axe.
bro, you fucking stink. Did you shower? They'll call them out.
Yeah.
And
is it a guy thing? Like,
I guess. And they'll be like, oh, let me go to the store really quick and get myself some BO.
Yeah.
So they would do that, you know. But I have heard other guys talking about girls smelling, you know.
No.
Yeah, and they suck it up too. They're like, I'm not gonna be rude and tell her she smelled down there or whatever.
Like getting a thigh piece or something.
Yeah, or here and their legs have to be open and stuff. Like, so
you know what? Oh my God.
Question. Oh, another one, another nightmare.
Yeah, but this was a female that actually did smell down there. Like, I was doing the top of her, like, above the fupa.
Oh yeah.
The fupa, you know. So I was tattooing that, and this was before COVID too. So it's like
they have no mask.
I know. So we should really start masking up when we're tattooing.
You know, I do see some artists doing that. They just put the mask.
It's just for protection of your mouth. Like, what if some ink goes?
Like,
how do we like go back?
Let me drink something.
Yeah. Oh my God, no, it's in your body. Like, so gross. Sorry. But yeah, like I remember, like it, female, male, whatever it is, just fucking shower, you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's in my policy now. So.
Yeah, and also I don't know if you can tell, but like, you know, when you have to clean them, the skin and like. You could tell, you know, because that they didn't shower. You know what I mean? And I would have thought like,
That is a tough one.
We're gonna open you up. You're gonna shower. We do clean you up, but you could tell right away, like when you clean them with the alcohol or the soap and stuff.
And you look at the paper towel, it's like, dog, what is this brown?
Yes, and sometimes I just have to hide it right away so they don't feel uncomfortable or anything. But then I like double clean them again. So I'll
be spraying like a motherfucker. Like, where's the medicine? No, I'm just kidding. Get the bleach. Fabuloso.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
You know, like, no, I've had to do that.
Those are some nightmares because you're like, oh man, I'm gonna tattoo them.
Or
hopefully they clean their tattoo afterwards.
What if they don't exfoliate? Because like you can also see like the dead skin. Like I'm like wiping 10 times and there's like dead skin and I'm like, ew, and it's like falling on me and I'm like.
That's like an indication of not showering though too, because you gotta when you shower.
What is up with y'all? I'm not showering.
Good. You need to leave. That's
hey man, like what? Like,
but you're
in my consent form, there should be another question. Have you showered today?
Yeah.
Did you put like deodorant?
Yeah. Thankfully, I haven't had to put it on my consent form, but there's always reasons why we put things in our consent form because we had to deal with them really horribly.
Yeah, dude.
Like now, in the past I would deal with that. Now I don't. But
gross. That's gross.
but the times you do have to deal with, like you're a little embarrassed. You kind of like are, damn. If I tattoo them, are they even gonna take care of their tattoo? Are they even gonna wash?
So true. I didn't think about that because they don't shower.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, I think that's so important for your tattoo to feel great.
Yeah.
So it could be a nightmare if you don't, and especially if they come in already super dirty, and you're like, damn, man, are they gonna take care of their tattoo? Because
but like you said though earlier, you were like, it's a teamwork effort. So they have to put in for their aftercare and 100%. Like make sure they are in good hygiene for this tattoo.
Yes.
Because we're not only not gonna enjoy the smell and funk of you.
Yeah.
You know, like, how about our art? Is it gonna survive in your funky body?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know?
And vice versa. I'm pretty sure some clients have met some smelly artists because I've smelled some artists and I'm just like, oh. And we sit on our asses for quite a while.
But what about this? Hold on. Like, there's people that don't believe in deodorants.
Okay.
How could you?
Well, when you come to my shop, I'm gonna spray that fucking deodorant everywhere.
You know, have you heard of people that actually don't use
like
deodorants?
they put lemon instead and stuff like that, like, or they go natural.
Yeah,
that one's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, that's
because
a tough
I'm
one.
like, especially if you're gonna be in this area, I'm gonna be like, hey, can you at least shower beforehand, and stuff like that.
Wipe yourself down.
Or here's a wipe. Yeah, here's a wipey, please, or put lotion on. And
bring a towel.
Yeah,
for your sweaty ass.
Thankfully, I haven't had to deal with that in a while, or I hope I don't. If you come to me, please shower. Please,
only
shower.
tattooing in the winter is good.
Oh yeah.
So they don't sweat.
Oh my god, yeah. In summer, it can get chaotic. Naturally,
sure.
I know some people smell it just because of them walking out of the car and stuff. So I'm never like, oh my god, you know what I mean? But hopefully other tattoo artists as well shower because I've heard some stories and I've smelled
on us.
some things when I used to work at other tattoo shops and stuff. Yeah. And sometimes it's because they're bigger, they sweat more. Or sometimes people generally just sweat more. Yeah. So they just need to be a little bit more on top of themselves and stuff.
That's like another conversation for another time though. For like artists, like how do you stay on top of your hygiene? Yeah. Like when you can't help it, or like you don't believe in deodorants.
Yeah. One time, I'm not gonna lie, I did smell a little bit because I came from the gym and I didn't have time to fucking like what's it called, shower, and my appointment came and I'm like, fuck, my timing was off.
Yeah.
But then I went to go change really quick and stuff. But
you gotta do a little bird's bath.
Yeah.
Just
pits. So like,
was it pits and
oh yeah.
Pits and pussy. Sorry. Yeah, they call it a bird's bath or a horse bath. That's what they call it.
Oh!
Yeah, there was. There was a comedian that talked about that. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's called a horse bath because like strippers will do that."
Wow.
I don't know why he said it's a horse bath. That's fucked up for strippers,
The more you know, the more educated you are today.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
We're out here doing bird's bath.
We're just gonna splash Yeah, and it happens to the best of us, I would say. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, you know, when you're running around with your kids and everything, you're like, oh, damn, I got a tattoo. And you come off all, like, sweaty, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
like,
look,
damn.
I do carry a deodorant in my
Me
car.
too. Yeah.
And in my station.
Okay.
Just in case, like, I'm like, oh, shoot. Like, I didn't put it on, like, enough or whatever.
That's so true. That's true. That's smart. That's a good lesson for everybody.
Hello.
Especially if you're on the go and stuff.
Yeah, like,
you have to
in
go
the gym and stuff. Yeah.
That's why you have to go through those stinky situations to be like, all right, I'm never doing
You
this
have
again.
a backup. Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely had my fair share of, like, I'm sorry, you guys, when you're running around and doing so many things and, like,
yeah, gym is number one.
Yeah.
Like, so you had to do what you had to do and then come
and then
like,
after
oh, crap.
I'm just like, oof, and I'm like, I gotta do that. What is bad? Right, quick. I'll be back.
And like you're like she sees you. Their clients like, what are you doing on the sink? Like, Talia, hello.
Is that for that? Like, yes, this is for those emergency time.
Goddamn.
Damn, that's crazy. That is a stinky ass nightmare. The one that
but I survived. Luckily, like I had felt like I had to take a bath after that. I showered. Yes. I took a long like bath in the in the tub. So because I felt like I was also feeling stinky, and the stink came onto me.
Yeah, it's like, I feel you. No, like, because when you're in the fire pit, and then you don't notice, but afterwards your clothes smells like it. That's how laundry 3 times.
Yeah, dude. I felt like I had to shower. I was straight up like, if he smelled that bad, it probably wouldn't to me like.
Yeah.
Like
Did other clients and other artists smelled it as they passed by or anything?
No, it was just me and him.
Damn,
so, I was like,
shared your trauma.
I know. I was like nobody else. I know. I was like,
out of all the fucking days, like,
I know it was just me. Assholes. Whatever. It's all good.
Is there any other nightmare that you had to deal with? A tattoo artist from your shop or any other shop?
Tattoo artist.
Because you know how there's a lot of women in your shop.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some that a little bit difficult to talk to that you had to be like, you know what, it's not gonna work out?
Yeah, I had to fire some.
Yeah.
It is hard. It is hard because
firing people is not easy.
No,
or letting people go.
Because like you do like build like a friendship and like a relationship with each and every girl, and so it's a little harder to like let go of them, and there's no way. It's like breaking up. Remember?
Yeah.
Like breakup. It's like, dude, how do I compose this breakup real quick?
Like how do you separate that? Like bond to boss,
like friend to you just have to I had to make sure, because in the beginning I had to like really draw a line from like friends to like, hey, I am the owner of this. I don't want to have to say I'm your boss, but I work with you. So I have to draw a line of like friendship and like coworker.
I'm pretty sure can be difficult.
It was really hard because like we were like going to parties together and stuff too, and like the way I had to do it was like, look, I'm gonna bring somebody in the situation so that it doesn't feel very personal that I'm having to do this. Like, it was a little personal because it's like, dude, you're kind of fucking with my money and my business.
Yes.
But in the sense, like, let my other person, like, in HR, you know how they have like I don't know how you had to go through that.
I never had to go through it, but
yeah. So in stories. HR, in management, I've had to do that where I was a witness. So it was like the main HR person, I was the witness, and then the person they were firing. So I feel like I needed a witness for that situation.
Yeah, so they could not say it's like you're only
it was just them. Like I wasn't attacking you. Like, look, this is my notes from the times that you messed up, etc., and like I can count. It's not working out. Like, he will help me in this situation, I guess,
Yeah.
But, it was hard. It was, like, my first time ever having to do that, and, I don't know. I don't want to have to do that shit again.
No, I know, like,
Get your shit together, ladies.
I know, it's hard. It's hard to, like, say goodbye. It's hard to let go. It's hard to be like, hey, this isn't working out anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's how you said, it's like a breakup and stuff, and you have to move forward from that afterwards, and hopefully there's no bad blood, and at the end of the day,
I'm like over it. Hopefully they're over it too.
Like, it's one of those things that time will heal, or as you guys grow older and stuff, you're like, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal, I understood, or I came off this way, or they probably took it this way and I didn't mean it this way, and you just start reasoning and start realizing that's in the past. Like, I'm different. If you don't see it, it's so cool. But if not, like, you just have to move forward.
Well, that's my only thing is I hope, like, anytime, like, people do change and like learn from that, but I don't know, you know how. And I don't really
Are
like
you good at it?
wanna,
Yeah.
you know, I don't really want to follow up and like, did you learn from that?
Yeah, and
From
you're not
how
supposed
you
to.
fucked me up.
Yeah. Did you see how you hurt me?
Yeah, bitch.
And some people will never learn that. And you have to be okay with that and not see closure. You know, I know a lot of people do want closure on things, but sometimes no closure will
feels
be
like
the
a
best
breakup,
closure.
bro.
Exactly.
Feels like a breakup. You need
That
closure.
Is, yeah,
Damn.
That's the best explanation is a breakup.
Yeah.
You know, friendships, lovers, everything.
Anything.
Business.
Business. Yeah,
Partners, everything. I do want to say, to end this nightmare at a good note, I do have a question for you, Puny.
Yes.
So get ready.
I'm
Let
ready.
me see which question.
Goddamn.
Here you go. What was one of the biggest lessons you've learned throughout your tattoo journey?
So many lessons through my tattoo journey. Well, you know, they always say pack black. No, in the tattoo journey and life, I already mentioned this earlier too. Like, you just gotta learn from your last tattoo to make it a better tattoo for the next one, right? So I guess in this journey, I gotta make a better decision with who I partner up with or who I befriend, who I bring into the shop, whoever. Like, I have learned that I need to be better at like choosing and putting boundaries and, like, you know, holding those certain people accountable, and like, you know, so I could have a better relationship with them later on too, and have a better time at like having to grow this business, having to learn as a tattoo artist and a person in general. So just doing that.
That's a big lesson.
It is a big lesson. Did I have to go through that? I don't know. Like,
I know you're like, why did I have to go through that? Like,
I mean, whatever.
It's a thing.
It is what it is.
People are too kind, too open-hearted, too sweet or anything. Like, you have to balance that out, and that's why, you know, lessons come like this, where it's like, hey, it's good that you're nice and sweet, but people will take advantage. People will literally like
draw a line,
push you, or put you as like, what is that? A doormat. That kind of thing.
I'm a doormat.
No, not you. But like,
I know.
Will put you into that, but you know, I'm glad that you said that about like putting boundaries and everything, because that's in life in general too. How you said in any job, not only tattooing, but
a lot.
Putting boundaries to respect yourself is so important in any industry, and especially for young ones that are
upcoming, like what artists, upcoming like women, like bosses, you know, like if you're like an intern,
and
at
even
something.
guys like putting up their boundaries, because sometimes they're a little rough around them and stuff, and it's really sad, you know. It's like, don't respect others as human beings and stuff is the best thing. Like, kindness doesn't take much, you know.
No, it's not. And I mean, it's not that I don't understand why people don't give it. It's just like, dude, just stop being an asshole. Like,
yeah. But you know what? Those assholes will teach us lessons, and it'll make us even stronger.
Be better people.
And learn boundaries and stuff. And that's what has happened to not only you, but me as well. And I'm sure other people have related as well to this and stuff. But thank you.
You're
Puny.
welcome. Thank you for letting me in this beautiful space. Honestly, it's inspiring.
Thank you for also sharing your nightmare with us.
Oh,
and
man,
your
it was so hard.
because we have so much buildup that we don't know how to express, and I hopefully created a safe space for you to.
You did. You made me. I was thinking about, like, I don't know, do I bring this up or do I not? Like, you know, is it appropriate?
Yeah.
It's a little harder, but it's a tough topic, but.
Yes.
I think it needed to be said so that people can like talk about it more and like have a community of people like having to help out like when these situations happen.
Yes, 100%. And thank you guys for listening to our chisme, our trauma dump, and everything. And for today's cup, I did have a calavera, a pink one, and we got Jack Skellington.
I got Jack Skellington. This is currently, this is so cute.
Yes, just to share our nightmares with us. There's always a brighter side, a life after death.
It's coming up.
Yeah. The Dia de los Muertos.
Yes. I love going to Albuquerque.
Christmas and what's it called?
Oh yeah, Christmas and Halloween is coming up.
But cheers to us for going through all these traumas.
Salud.
I know, surviving these nightmares, surviving
the body odors,
the boogeyman and everything.
Oh Lord.
See you guys in our next nightmare, episode number 12.
Well,
bye guys.
Bye.